The football team dominates in the homecoming game.
And the volleyball team splits 4 games this past week.
All this and more coming up right now on All Access.
Welcome to episode 4 of this 23rd season of All Access. I'm John Patterson.
And I'm Cody Decker. We don't want to force any interceptions like Peyton Manning did on Sunday. So let's kick off the show. John, take it away.
Gotcha, baby. The Rowan University women's cross country team finished 16th at the Interregional Border Battle on Saturday. The meet was held at Rowan College at Gloucester County. There were 24 schools from the NCAA Atlantic and Mid-East regions on 229 runners that competed. Catherine Dowdy was the first prof to cross the finish line. She came in 63rd over the 6K course with a time of 22 minutes and 45 seconds. Ani Obel was 70th in 22 minutes and 52 seconds. Jesselyn Wright took 88th in 23 minutes and 23 seconds. In the open race, Lisa Lecheski came in 54th with a time of 25 minutes and 7 seconds. The next meet is on Halloween for the NJAC Championship.
The Rowan University men's cross-country team took 8th at the Interregional Border Battle on Saturday. The race included 24 teams from the Atlantic and Mid-East regions and was held at Rowan College at Gloucester County. Pat McCurry came in 18th with a time of 25 minutes and 18 seconds among 231 runners over the 8K course. Edward Freshinger finished 35th with a time of 25 minutes and 35 seconds, and Zach Helm followed in 38th with a time of 25 minutes 39 seconds. In the open race, Matt Zamorski took 29th with a time of 26 minutes and 41 seconds, and Joseph Harvey was 56th with a time of 27 minutes and 12 seconds. Their next meet is on Halloween for the NJAC Championship.
The Lady Pross volleyball team defeated Ramapo College 3-1 on Thursday night. Rowan scored the first 4 points of the opening set and led 7-2 early in the game. A kill by Larissa Ignascu of Ramapo trimmed the lead to 9-7. The Lady Pross outside hitter Erica O'Hagan had 14 kills, 8 digs, and 3 service aces, and a .394 hitting percentage.
The Lady Pross volleyball team stormed through the William Patterson Pioneers Thursday night with a 3-0 win. Outside hitter Danielle Havlicek collected 16 kills and 6 digs. Erica O'Hagan recorded a double-double with 15 kills and 14 digs. Defensive specialist setter Rebecca D'Antonio tallied 26 assists. Setter Mary Grace Testa had 22 assists, and Jennifer Varell contributed with 15 digs.
The Lady Pross took a 3-0 loss to both Franklin and Marshall College and Stevenson University on Saturday. Outside hitter Kristen Aiken collected 5 kills. Defensive specialist setter Rebecca D'Antonio contributed with 11 assists, and setter Mary Grace Testa chipped in with 10 assists. Liberio Jennifer Varell added 8 digs.
In their second match on Saturday, the Lady Pross fell 3-0 to Stevenson University. The set scores were 25-15, 25-17, and 25-20. The Lady Mustangs were led by Annika Schwartz with 15 kills, 2 aces, and a block. Kristen Brooks had 12 gigs, 10 digs, and 2 assists, and Sarah Bollinger had 37 assists and 8 digs. For Rowan, Danielle Havlicek recorded 10 kills, a block, an ace, and 16 digs. Mary Grace Testa had 16 assists, 4 aces, and 7 digs. And Rebecca D'Antonio had 8 assists, 8 digs, and 1 ace. The Lady Pross will return to the court on Tuesday to visit Keene at 7 p.m.
Now for all the buzz in the world of pro sports, we turn into Overgelinic
Snake. Bless you.
Thank you. For this week's Pro Talk.
Thanks, John. This week in pro sports. One of the biggest stories of last week in sports and all news is former Lakers star Lamar Odom being rushed to a Las Vegas hospital and being put into a medically induced coma. Odom was found unconscious after a weekend of drugs and illicit activities. Odom has since woken from the coma and is being closely monitored by doctors and loving family members. Odom is a beloved Laker and was a vital part of 2 NBA championships. Over to baseball, where both the National League and the American League championships have kicked off, and the National League Mets second baseman Daniel Murphy has continued his tear through October. His first inning home runs in both games helped the Mets to jump out to a 2-0 series lead. Also leading the way were Mets starting pitchers Matt Harvey and Noah Syndergaard, who both dominated the Cubs lineup. In the American League, the Royals also jumped out to an early 2-0 series lead. The Royals pounced on Toronto starter Marco Estrada en route to a 5-0 shutout victory on Friday. In Game 2 on Saturday, the Blue Jays jumped out to the early lead behind David Price until the Royals finally broke through in the 6th and exploded for 5 runs. Leading the Royals on offense was Mike Moustakas, who had 2 RBIs on 2 hits. Over to the NHL, where number 1 overall pick Connor McDavid has finally nabbed his first NHL point. He tipped in a shot for his first goal on Tuesday, October 13th. That clearly opened the floodgates as he followed up with 2 goals and 2 assists in the following 3 games. McDavid is already beginning to show flashes of his predicted greatness. In the NFL, there was a slew of games on Sunday. Perhaps the biggest game, however, took place in Seattle. The Seahawks were looking to get back on track against the surging Carolina Panthers. The Seahawks seemed to have this one after an early fourth quarter field goal by Stephen Hauschka made the score 23-14 in favor of Seattle. But the Seahawks offense failed to score another point. Cam Newton led his team to the end zone but missed an extra point to leave the score 23-20 with 3:55 remaining. Russell Wilson again failed to make his lead larger, giving Newton and the Panthers the ball back with 2:20 and 1 timeout remaining. All Newton did was lead his team down the field and cap off the drive with a game-winning touchdown pass to Greg Olsen, leaving the Seahawks stunned and with a 2-4 record and the Panthers heading back home 5-0 to face the Philadelphia Eagles. Also in the NFL, one of this week's biggest matchups takes place tonight, Monday night, when the Giants and Eagles face off in an NFC East bout. That's all I have for you on this week's Pro Talk. John and Cody will have updates on both the ice hockey and the football teams, but after the break, Deshaun Waller sits down with Whittler Marcelin and Dante Pickney of the Rowan football team in this week's edition of Prof Spotlight. So stay tuned for more All Access.
Welcome back to All Access. I'm Deshaun Waller with this week's edition of Prof Spotlight. Joining me today is Whit Marcelin and Dante Pickney. Thanks for joining us today. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. What age did you start playing football, and then what inspired you to play?
Probably started playing around when I was 6-ish, whatever the Pop Warner age is for youngest, you know what I mean? Playing Mighty Mites and going up through all those years. I'm inspired. I just love the game, really. It's nice when my mother comes to the games, see how happy she is watching me play and all those kind of things. And I love winning and competing, so that's why I'm still here.
Same here. I mean, I probably started at about 6 or 7. I always saw my brother playing, so I wanted to be like him, you know.
Absolutely. And how do you balance being so successful on a football field while at the same time, you know, keeping your grades at a very reasonable level?
You just got to be disciplined. Obviously, you have to put in a lot of work for football and school also, so there had to be times where you just have to decide, I'm not going to go out and hang out with my friends, or I'm not going to take this nap, or instead I'm going to go watch film football or go do some homework, and make sure you just got to be a disciplined person and do both.
Excellent. And as QB on our football team, what do you think your responsibilities are as a leader to get the guys prepared to play on a daily basis?
I mean, pretty much every day I'm there to just, you know, keep people on track. Got to keep them motivated, and that's what I love to do, so it's not too hard for me. So.
Excellent. And you're coming off a fantastic junior season where you had All-American accolades. What did you do in the offseason to improve, to get yourself better, to be better prepared for this season?
I mean, after my sophomore year going into my junior year, I did a lot of trying to just become a better running back specifically, where I wanted to learn how to read defenses better, see my running surface, and not so much, obviously I did all the weight room things, running, that comes no matter what. But I wanted to mainly focus on how to beat a defense as a running back and know what holes to hit and get a good pre-snap read, all those kind of things.
Excellent. And when you're not throwing a football, what is things you enjoy doing in your free time?
Everyday things, just like hanging out with my friends, you know, doing activities like I go bowling with my friends, all that kind of thing, all this kind of stuff, you know.
Excellent. And would you consider yourself more of a vocal leader or quiet and lead by example, or a little bit of both?
I would say I'm a vocal person in general, but in terms of leading and those kind of things, I like to lead by example, where it's just as long as you're going, working hard, people are going to see that no matter what you're doing. If you're doing it 100 miles per hour, whether it's right or wrong, and you're busting your butt every day on the practice field and in games, people are going to see that, people are going to feed off that. So I feel like I can say whatever, but if my words don't match my actions, it doesn't matter. So I'd rather go on the field and do those things and have people look at it that way.
I absolutely agree with that. And What has the coaching staff done, coming into your sophomore year, playing quarterback? What has the coaching staff done to help you become a better football quarterback?
One of the main things they did was try to tune up my mechanics, because I had a couple rough things in my career before, and they kind of helped me fix those and become a better quarterback. So.
Excellent. And how would you say football has affected your life? Did it lead to you coming to school? Like, how would you say?
Yeah, for sure. I initially was going to come to school to play football, but then when I had the opportunity to, I obviously took it. And just football in general, it teaches you a lot about life, like how to overcome adversity, how to work hard, all those kind of things. And you learn how to work with other people. Obviously, there's 125 other guys that we practice with, we work with every day. You see the same guys every day, and you just got to learn how to work with people. And football has done like great things for me since I started here.
Excellent. And who was your favorite quarterback in the NFL, and why?
Favorite quarterback, I'd have to say Cam Newton. It's because he can do it in the air and with his feet. It's what I love to do.
And he's a very versatile player. And for the final question, you got a huge game coming up against Wesley this week. What do you think the mindset of the team is, and like, how do you feel you got to prepare to get this win? That can be so big for the season.
I mean, traditionally, like, I want to be cliche and just say like every game's just as big as the other, and they're no different than any other opponent. But that's just not the case right now. They're ranked whatever in the country and wherever, and we know that this is our Super Bowl. We've lost them last year. We beat them the year before, and every time it's Rowan versus Wesley, we know it's going to be a big game and it's going to be a good game. So they're going to come in. They're going to remember the fact that we have beaten them before, and they're not going to take us lightly. And we know that we have to go there and dominate them and go to Dover, get a win, and come back so we keep our playoff hopes alive.
Excellent, and we'll all be watching here. And I appreciate your time for coming up here, enjoyed your company on your very busy schedule. That's all the time we have this week for Prov Spotlight. I'd like to thank Whit Marceline and Dante Pickney for stopping by and hanging out with us. Coming up after the break, Cody and John has more updates for everything Rowan sports. So stay here for more All Access.
Welcome back to All Access. We have ice hockey and football highlights. But first, let's continue with more updates on Pro Soccer.
The women's soccer team fell to NJAC rival Stockton University 2-0 on Wednesday night. Abigail Musto scored a goal at 7:31 off of a corner kick. Then in the second half, Marissa Bruno scored off of an indirect free kick by Musto. Stockton goalie Nicole Pallanti made 6 saves and recorded her 9th shutout this season. This was Stockton's first NJAC win, with a record now standing at 1-1-4 in the conference.
The Lady Profs were rebound Friday night by shutting out William Patterson 8-0. Maxine New scored the first 2 goals for Rowan from 25 yards out on a penalty kick. Melissa Kelly scored the next 2 off a breakaway and a corner kick. Amanda Caballero would head in a corner to increase the lead to 5 heading into halftime. Catherine McCary scored about 8 minutes into the second half, followed by a hat-trick goal from Kelly on a header from across. Sammy Pagliani scored the Lady Profs' final goal in the 78th minute. 7 different players assisted the goals. Rowan improved to 9-2-2 overall and 4-1-2 in NJAC play.
In a battle on Wednesday night, the men's soccer team fell to Stockton 1-0. The Lone Osprey goal came in the 18th minute from Steven Tobolski off a pass from Anthony Cola-Franson. Rowan outshot Stockton 11-10, and goalies Kyle Dennis of Rowan and Bobby Varga of Stockton each made 7 saves. Stockton improves to 11-3-1 overall and 4-1-1 in the conference.
As the Lady Profs did, the men also responded to William Patterson with a 3-1 victory on Saturday. Rowan led 2-0 after the first half, with goals from Jake Connors in the 23rd minute and Kevin Primick in the 44th minute. The Pioneers would have to answer back with a goal from Sheridan's John Pierre on a penalty kick in the 67th minute. But like a good neighbor, Travis Ward was there, with the insurance goal from the 89th minute. Profs goalkeeper also saved 5 shots in the victory. The Profs improved to 11-4 overall and 3-3 in the NJAC.
The Rowan University field hockey team won 3-1 over Stevens Institute of Technology on Wednesday. It was the Profs' 6th straight victory. Rowan has a 9-4 record, while Stevens is 8-7 overall. Forward Jenna Presser scored 2 goals, and forward Sam Brown had 1 goal and 1 assist. Back Marissa Marini chipped in with an assist. Rowan compiled 28 shots, and Stevens took 10. Goalie Carly DeMarco made 5 saves in the Profs' cage. Ducks goalie Emily Stukenborgs turned away 16 shots. Presser put Rowan on the scoreboard first at 2:55. She had a one-timer on a pass from Brown. At 11:50, Pressler produced the second goal unassisted. Welch scored with 2:27 left in the half. Brown ended the scoring at 62-33 when she deflected Marini's shot.
The Rowan University field hockey team defeated Kean University 5-2 in the New Jersey Athletic Conference game on Friday night. Forward Johanna James led the Profs with 2 goals. Forward Rachel Galante contributed with 1 goal and 1 assist. Forward Jenna Pressler produced 1 goal and 2 assists. Forward Sam Brown registered 1 goal. Rowan goalie Carly DeMarco stopped 5 shots. Pressler gave the Profs a 1-0 advantage at the break. She scored on a backhand into the right side of the cage at 22:05. In the second half, Brown deflected Pressler's shot for the second goal at 49-17. James redirected Galante's shot into the cage. Kane got on the scoreboard at 50-32. Robinson blasted a shot from the top of the circle on a corner by Lamania. Galante's goal came on a penalty stroke. Brown hit the cage at 66-18, and Kalina had the assist. James scored on the final tally at 67-52 when she tipped in Pressler's shot. Next, Rowan travels to number 1 ranked, the College of New Jersey, on Tuesday, October 24th for a 7 p.m. game.
After being shelled on their home ice against William Patterson, Rowan looked to be road warriors as they visited Westchester University on Friday night. Going into this game, it appeared Rowan could have a quick fix, though. Stay out of the box and just be a little sharper. No major ramifications needed. Unlike some of the earlier contests, there was no scoring in the first period. Rowan opened up the scoring in the second when Grayson Petty got his first goal on the season from an assist from Michael Volpio. Alex Polis, Robert Wilworth, Alec Nikolai, and Matt Morelli all tallied goals in the third, all unassisted. Rowan's next matchup is Sunday versus TCNJ at the Sun Center.
The Rowan University football team pretty much annihilated Southern Virginia University 59-0 on their homecoming. The Profs' offense scored on their first 5 offensive possessions. Running back Whitler Marcelin rushed the ball 12 times for 105 yards and 4 touchdowns. In the first half, Marcelin didn't play the rest of the game. His 4 touchdowns in that half broke yet another rushing record, which adds to the very many records he has already broken. That's a bad man. For a few other stats, running back Quincy Lambert touched the ball 6 times for 51 yards and 1 score. Running back Gawan Bragg had 10 rushes for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. Quarterback Dante Pickney completed 8 passes and 15 attempts for 130 yards and a touchdown. Wideout Todd Gilliam caught 2 passes for 49 yards. Wide receiver Jamel Smith made 2 catches for 42 yards and 1 score. On the defensive side, Rowan was able to force 4 turnovers, including 3 interceptions. Linebacker Darren Dungy tallied 7 tackles and an interception. Linebacker Ryan Brenner accumulated 6 tackles, 1 sack, and 1.5 tackles for a loss. Defensive lineman Sebastian Loca collected 6 tackles, including 1.5 for a loss. The Rowan football team has an overall record of 5-1, and they are 4-1 in the New Jersey Athletic Conference. Next up for the Profs, they head on the road again as they head into a hostile environment down in Dover, Delaware to take on Wesleyan College. Wesleyan is ranked number 4 in the NCAA Division III polls. You can catch that game Saturday, October 24th for a 1 p.m. kickoff.
Well, we have hit 0 on the clock here for this episode of All Access. On behalf of John Patterson, Lenny Schnee, Deshaun Waller, and the entire All Access team, I'm Cody Decker. See you next time.
Bye.